What's up, guys? We are back in the gym to see if you are doing this movement wrong. This movement being squats. In my opinion, the best exercise out of every single one of them. But you may not think that. Anyways, let's get into it. These are the top 3 things that you should be doing when you are barbell back squatting. Number 1. This is squatting through our toes instead of our heels. We really need to sit on our heels in a squat because not only is it more powerful and effective, but it's a lot more safe than you trying to lean forward onto your toes. A lot of times the lifters are leaning through their toes in a lift. It's compensation. What this means is you are trying to use your quads instead of your hammies and your glutes. Not only can coming up under your toes be caused by imbalances in your muscle, but it can also be caused by your stance. A lot of times athletes just stand way too narrow when they squat. This is going to cause that forward lean in your whole body. Not always. Obviously there's different techniques for different lifters, but we'll get into that later. However, if you find yourself that you're in a narrow squat stance and you are up on your toes, try widening it just a tad. This is going to force your body to sit back into your glutes, in your hamstrings, and push through those heels. I want you to notice the difference in these 2 sets. On this first set, notice that my feet are a little bit wider in the second set, and I focus really hard on using those hamstrings and sinking all the way down into the squat while staying focused on sitting back onto my heels throughout the entire movement. Notice in the second video I'm a little bit narrower, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but I'm trying to power through the movement with my quads. This is causing that forward lean and me to roll over onto my tiptoes instead of using my glute and hammies throughout the entire movement. Number 2, we're going to start off with the descent into the hole. This just means the lowest point in which you're going to reach when you squat. Okay, this is parallel, depth, whatever you want to call it. And especially beginners are squatting, they just think, oh yeah, all I have to do is go down. Just go down, that's all it is. No, we need to think about this a certain way so our body receives it a certain way, okay? The first movement that we are going to make in our squat is our hips. Not our legs, not our ankles, not our knees, but our hips. We should expect our hips to shoot back first. That only puts us in a better position to not only stay on our heels, like I just talked about, but use those hamstrings and our glutes throughout the entire movement. I want you guys to notice as I begin my squat, I bend my hips as if I'm going to squat, and I don't. This just helps me prepare my hips to move first in the movement versus just trying to bend my knees and fall forward over the top of myself. I focus really hard here, using my glutes. Number 3, this is going to involve positioning with the bar itself onto my body, okay? And when positioning the bar, you want your hands to be as close as possible together with your shoulders still being allowed to move and get underneath the spar, all right? What this means is if I can grab the bar here and get under the bar just fine and get set and ready, then this is where I want my hands on the bar. This provides stability and it allows us to really engage our back and our lats. However, if the closest I can get my hands is here or even out here, that's the closest I'm gonna be able to get my hands due to my shoulder mobility, which is fine. Regardless of whether you place your hands here or all the way out here, you still want to be able to grab onto that bar, get underneath it. When you stand up, you are wrenching the bar down into your back. You're flexing every little bit of your lower and upper back to suck it into your body. First off, we have a narrower grip. Second off, which looks very similar, we have a medium grip. And then lastly, which I like to reserve for special people that may not have the shoulder mobility, is a wide grip. Not as many people who use this, but if you do, that is also just okay. When you physically place the bar on your back, you have 2 options or somewhere in between. You have a high bar squat or a low bar squat. I prefer to teach a low bar stance because I do believe it's safer and it allows my athletes to move through a movement better. For that reason, I'm going to teach you where to place the bar for a low bar squat. When we are squatting, you look for this muscle on your back. It is called your supraspinatus if you want to get very technical, but there is a dent where your trap ends. Okay, this is right above your shoulder blade. It's a natural little shelf, perfect just for you to use to hold onto this barbell. That is where you're going to put the bar. Let me know if any of these tips were helpful, and also let me know if you use any of these things to help your squat not only be more powerful but more effective in your next squat session. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and bye!